Tom was the first guy to leave the band, sort of like that was the first big crack in what had been a solid team since 1959. Uh, and he felt that he just didn't have any space in the band. He was the original singer, and he turned it over to John because he felt John had a more rock and roll voice. It's what we needed at the time. This was in, let's say, 1967, 66, 67, 67, I want to say. Uh, and then, after we'd had three, four, five hit albums, Tom wanted to more room within the band. Wanted to write, at least offer songs, present songs, uh, and I think he might have wanted to sing a song or two. Uh, Sort of like Ringo sang a few, right? Even they let Ringo sing. George sang a couple, but it was really Lennon McCartney's uh, ball. Oh man, the Dolphins are jumping like mad in front of my house. Uh,
Very nice.
they and so after a while he just got tired of John turning him down, so he went solo, and he rented a space like one or two doors down from Cosmos Factory as his rehearsal place, where he put together his band Ruby with Randy Oda, and he had a really cool rhythm section. I forget the name of the guys, but a couple of black kids. They were yeah, they had a good band, and in fact, Doug and I played on a couple of his solo albums. I played lead guitar on Joyful Resurrection. Uh, I mean, yeah, we supported Tom. Tom must have quit a half a dozen times. Doug and I talked him out of it. Come on, Tom. John will change his mind, and he goes, I don't think so. Well, give it a little. Give him another shot at it. And he, a couple of months later, nah, I'm out of here. No, no, things are going too good. Don't leave now. No, I can't take it anymore. I don't need it. He's my brother. He won't even let me do this, that. Anyway, Doug and I felt like we were squeezed in like a Fogerty sandwich between the two of them. Uh, but we kept it together as long as we could. I used to see Tom play around the Bay Area all the time. Then he started hanging out with Jerry Garcia
Yeah.
and Merl Saunders and jamming with those guys. John Kahn was a bass player, I think.
No, those
Anyway,
are great
they
records they did. I love those are
yeah,
those are my favorites of Tom's.
really,
What to
really,
do with
yeah.
Merle and
And
Jerry.
Merle was a great guy. Merle was like one of the original guys that we met on Fantasy Records. He'd been there
That's
forever.
right. Right.
Uh, the Chinese guy Edwin that worked in the warehouse called him Molo Shono. I don't know where that came from, but Merle was Molo Shono. And so yeah, Tom had a lot of music in him, and it was a shame that it didn't fit, as we evolved and became more and more almost a parody of ourselves, I guess. After a while, if you don't really, Creedence stopped really growing. Uh, by the time John had fully taken control of the band, it just became like, okay, here we go again. Not that we weren't having hit records and making good money and so on, but the 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 excitement had had slipped away because it just didn't feel like a band anymore. It was more like it was becoming more and more John's solo project with three other guys. And I mean, to all I can say is to that is how many hit records have you had since you got rid of the guys that were holding you back? You know, one. So yeah, I mean, if we had a real manager, he would have said, "Hey kids, settle down and let me explain some things to you about, where you are, where you've been, and where you're likely to go, and how we can best manage this so that you have the most success possible. Everything that you can earn, you'll get." But we didn't have a mentor. We thought Saul Zentz was a mentor, but it turned out that he was not. He was not. To him, it was just a piece of paper. The contract was just business. And when we signed with him, he said, "This is just a start. If you guys get successful, we'll tear this up and all share in the pie equally." Well, after a couple of hit albums, and we went back in and said, "Well, what about that pie?" He said, "I think I'm going to live with this contract I have." So, things like that definitely took away, changed everybody's perspective. I mean, first we thought we were all on the same team, and gradually that chipped away at, it wasn't just success. It was, along with the success, there was, some very poignant disappointments that just led to, the lack of enthusiasm, the lack of, the spark. The spark went because of all the internal BS.